Hello and welcome to another episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Agonwa. We start today's episode with the National Emergency Management Agency Community Development Service Group, also known as NEMA CDS. This is a subsect of the National Emergency Management Vanguard of Nigeria, a group of intellectuals who are using their service here meaningfully to mitigate and respond to emergency or disaster situations. A very important work that they're doing through sensitization, providing support to victims of disaster, and partnering with necessary organizations and agencies for greater impact. Let us meet them.
Kopazwi. Ginger me now. Kopazwi. Kopazwi. Please can we all stand up for national anthem? The NYC anthem, then the national prayer. 1, 2, 3, start.
Youths obey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness. Nigeria's ours, Nigeria we serve.
Please can we take your seat?
Kopazwi. Kopazwi. EMV. Reducing disaster. EMV. Welcome to CDS once again. For those of you joining us for the first time, I say welcome to you. Now, I am here to talk about NEMA CDS. I'm here to tell us what NEMA is all about. So NEMA CDS is a subset of the National Emergency Management Vanguard of Nigeria, NEMA. NEMA as a CDS is a group of intellectuals who are using their service here productively to mitigate and respond to emergency or disaster situations. So we don't just mitigate, we also respond to emergency situations when they occur. So that's who we are. Now, what do we do as NEMA CDS members? What do we do? First of all, as NEMA CDS members, we learn. That's the first point. Before you can address emergency situations, before you can help mitigate disaster, first of all, you need to know what to do when disaster occurs. So that is what we do here. We come here to learn. And then next, as a CDS, we play the role of educators. We play the role of educators to sensitize people about possible causes or dangerous behaviors that can lead to disaster. As a typical NEMA CDS, what you would do when you get into a taxi and someone is trying to throw a wrap through the window is to sensitize them. That is our role. So in such situations, NEMA CDS members, wherever they find themselves, would tell them the dangers of doing that. A typical NEMA CDS member would go to his or her place of primary assignment and take note of possible behaviors or activities that can lead to one disaster or the other. And a typical NEMA CDS would not keep quiet about it. So we are a shouting family. Yes. So NEMA CDS, we are what? A shouting family. We are a shouting family. We are loud. We say it wherever we find ourselves. We don't see people throw things in the drainage because we know it's a possible cause of flood, and we would talk about it. So NEMA CDS, we are what? Shouting family. We are what? Shouting family. Well, guys. So another thing we do is we provide support to victims of disaster. Another thing we do is we partner with secondary schools, we partner with organizations. Some weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, we had NEMA officials come pay us a visit. And that visit was basically to enlighten us about what to do in cases of emergency, to help us realize what our role is in the society. So part of what we do is partnering with agencies. So in a situation where there is disaster and our power cannot, we can't do it on our own, we reach out to necessary organizations or agencies that would help us work towards mitigating such situations. Then in NEMA CDS, we also provide opportunity. Just as our president will always say, poverty is a disaster. So when we see opportunities, we identify them and we share such opportunities with people, opportunities that can help them create wealth. So we are not just all about, oh, when there's fire or when there's flood. We also help people with the necessary information to help them come out of poverty, because it is also a what? Disaster. Now, I'll be talking about some of our projects. Some of these projects are projects we have worked on and we're still working, because it is a continuous process. First of all, we visit secondary schools to raise awareness, not just secondary school, primary schools, and we basically visit schools to raise awareness and to sensitize them about disaster management. Most times we give them the necessary numbers to call. So a child should be able to reach out when probably there's a disaster at home. A child should be able to pick up the phone and dial the number. So most times we ensure that they do what? They memorize this number, so that in case of disaster, they know what to do. We also visit the marketplace. We visit the marketplace to talk about unhealthy and careless behaviors that can lead to disaster, because we are a shouting family. Who are we? We are a shouting family. So wherever we find ourselves, we will make noise. We will talk about it. So one beautiful thing about NEMA CDS is, beyond this place, beyond our service here, it is who we have become. So wherever we find ourselves, we have become vanguards, have become emergency management vanguards, that we do not walk by when disaster occurs, or we do not walk by when there are possible causes that can lead to disaster. EMV, EMV, reducing disaster, EMV. Reducing disaster, EMV. Well done.
Good day, viewers. My name is Imozime Hannah Omorega from Edo State. I'm a biochemist and I'm in NEMA CDS. You might want to know what NEMA is. It's National Emergency Management Agency, and we're all about sensitizing people about risk of disasters, and also we mitigate disasters should they happen. We do a lot of things. We went to visit IDP camp, that's the internally displaced persons in Abuja at Area 1. We went to give them supplies that they could use to support themselves as they have undergone a disaster that actually took them away from their homes. And we're also going to the market to sensitize people about risk of disaster like fire outbreak or flood. So we help people and we actually educate them on how to curb all these things that could make them susceptible to disaster in the country.
I'm happy to be in the NEMA CDS group because it has helped me. It is a privilege to be a vanguard, because now I know that I can be of assistance, I can be of help in where disasters are occurring, or in case they want to be a disaster, because disasters are inevitable. We do not pray for them, but they are inevitable. So I'm very privileged to be part of them, because now I have a clearer knowledge of what a vanguard is, who an emergency vanguard is, on how to help curb disasters, intending disasters rather.
We are here to educate our viewers, everybody in the society, on how to respond to emergency system, on how to respond to disaster. Since I've been in this CDS, I've encountered so many opportunities that most of the time when there's disaster in the society, our population, you bring out phone, you begin to capture so that you can put on the internet for fun. No, that is not how to respond to disaster. That is not how to respond to emergency. When you have your phone, there are some numbers you have to call so that the emergency system will know. You can call the fire service depending on the type of disaster. If it's a fire incident, if it is a flood, you can call the emergency system and tell them, look at what we are going through, look at how can you help us, so that they can be able to come and assist in the disaster. So the population needs to be educated. We've gone to IDP camps to to go around to see the people that are displaced from their houses. So we talk with them, we give them what we can. We've gone to secondary schools, we've educated the kids on how to respond to disaster in their family, maybe in their neighborhood and some other places. So as a NEMA CDS, I've really achieved so much from here. I know how to educate people now on what to do when there's an emergency. I know how to sensitize people in the vehicle. I know how to sensitize people in my environment. So everybody close to me has to be associated to NEMA too. So I try to talk to them, oh boy, this thing you are doing is not good though. Make sure you do it this way, make sure you do it this way. And wherever you go, if you see somebody that is doing something bad, you should be able to educate the person too and tell the person how to respond to emergency system.
Nigeria songs, Nigeria we serve.
Well done to you all for the truly remarkable work that you're doing. Keep up the good job. We move on to our next story on Ochoche Peter Emmanuel. Emmanuel is an indigene of Benue State and a graduate of chemistry from Benue State University. In 2005, he was deployed to Kano State for his Nysc service here and was posted to Government Arabic Secondary School in Gaya local government area for his primary assignment. He was selected by the Nysc to attend a training organized by UNICEF. The training was a major motivation to pursue the path he's currently on today. With support from the Nysc, he developed and executed a 13-point action plan. His personal CDS was titled Nysc, Reproductive Health and HIV Awareness. The objective was to create awareness and train peer educator trainers. He was able to train and mentor 69 peer educator trainers and several sensitization drives to religious institutions, markets, the police, amongst others. This earned him the Nysc State and Presidential Awards and an automatic employment with the Nigerian Civil Service. Let us meet Emmanuel.
Ochoche Peter Emmanuel from Benue State. I finished from Benue State University, Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry, 2004. I was mobilized for the Nysc orientation camp in Kano State in 2005, Batch A. I reported at the orientation camp early enough. So when I got to the camp, it was a different environment entirely compared to the school, where you meet different people that you have not even met before. So I participated actively, joined the orientation camp activities, the manual war, and other activities that were slated, and even church activities too in the camp. So it was a nice experience being in the camp. After the camp orientation, I was posted to Government Arabic Secondary School in Gaya local government in Kano. So though when we went there, some of us were skeptical about the environment. But to God be the glory, I was posted there to go and teach in their Government Arabic Secondary School as a chemistry teacher, teaching SS1 to SS3 chemistry. While we were there, I was called upon by my zonal inspector, Malan Ahmed Waka, to come and attend as one of the selected corps members within Kano Zone to go and attend the training organized by UNICEF. So that training took us for about 1 week. So I left my place of primary assignment to Kano Town, where I attended that training. And it was that training that really motivated me. I said, wow, if I can attend the training, and at the end of this training, they will give me a stipend. And that was where I was able to buy my first phone. So from that stipend. So when I came back, I was encouraged to start something. So that was how I began. I liaised with my zonal inspector. He asked me to put up an action plan, which I did. I showed him, he said it's okay. Where I have about 13 action plans to implement within a space of time. So that action plan, I developed it. I showed him, he approved it. Then I have to go on sensitization and advocacy visit to those organizations I'm supposed to carry out this sensitization. So after drawing out the action plan, I have to be able to do advocacy, train my core members on how to go about all those things. So despite the fact that we have our own general community development, me too, I have to build in my own to carry out my own community development activities. So that was how the journey started. And after developing this, I started visiting, getting attention from people to be able to assist in one way or the other. So despite the fact that there are a lot of challenges, those challenges were overcome, and I was able to end up with a successful exercise. My personal CD is titled NYC Reproductive Health and HIV/AIDS Prevention. So, and the basic objective is to create awareness. And one of the objectives is to build skills and to train PET, that is a peer educator trainers. So from the camp, they gave us a mandate to at least train 40 PETs. That is the peer educators trainers. So I was able to train over 40. I was able to train 69 of them and mentor them successfully. So apart from that training, I was able to carry out sensitization awareness among the police, among the barbers, among the community people, among the church, and then in the mosques too. Then I was able to carry out a kind of drama where you showcase all those things in conjunction with Society for Family Health, where a video was displayed for people to be able to be aware of all those things. Then apart from that, I also go into personal development, where I was able to organize quiz competition for those science students. Apart from the government Arabic school where I was teaching, I have to go extra mile to begin to teach other students in government girls secondary school, where I was not deployed to. Then I was able to also teach in my Tamasule Science School, where we organized competition for them. So in addition to that, I also presented some books to the library as a reference material. So basically, these are some of the contributions I was able to make in line with my report that was submitted at the end of the exercise. 12 of us were given award at the state level. So after that state level, we were given automatic appointment. Like me, I was teaching in government secondary school in Dambata, government science secondary school in Dambata. And when I went there, they gave me as HOD chemistry to start teaching chemistry and heading the department. So while I was there, I was moving from Kano Metropolis to Dambata. There is no network there. So I dropped my phone with my cousin. So when I went to camp, I dropped my uncle's number in the camp. So there is no way they could reach me when the announcement came. They were trying to reach me. They have to go back to my file. The number I gave them in the camp, they called down my uncle. Then my uncle now began to call my line. And unfortunately, my phone was in Kano Metropolis. I was in Dambata teaching. So they now called that line. My cousin now picked. He said they have been looking for me in NYC headquarters in Kano. That anywhere I am now, I should come. I should report to the NYC camp. Immediately, I have to go and report to the principal. I went back to Kano town. They say I have to report to the NYC office. So that was how I went to the NYC secretary. Immediately I came, they were congratulating me. Congratulations, congratulations. I said, what happened? So I met the officer. I say, tomorrow I have to report to Abuja that I have a presidential award. So I was so excited, so that I have to call any of my person to come and join me in Abuja. So that was how I called my dad. Then my dad, now we met in Abuja. They camped us in a hotel. The following day, we went for the award. So it was exciting, and that was how we were able to get this automatic job. It was a dream come true. I never expected it. I was so delighted, I was excited. And that is the highest peak a youth can ever be. When you have a handshake with the president, there is no honor that can be quantified than that. The prospective corps members and those serving, they should look at that 1 year period as a service to the nation. Because I used to have a slogan that you have to leave a place better than you met it. So they should have that consciousness in mind that as they are being deployed to any particular environment, they should leave the place better than they met it, and they should be hardworking and God-fearing, because the sky is their limit. NYC has really done enough, and we want the scheme to be sustained so that a lot of youth will benefit from the scheme.
Nigeria's ours, Nigeria we serve.
Peter went above and beyond to impact his host community. What started as a training became a lifelong journey of success and impact. The NYSC strives to prepare graduate youth with the right values for the future. We will be right back. Today on NYSC Titbits, NYSC Director General reiterates commitment to core welfare and security. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Muhammad Kakuk Fada, has assured corps members that they would enjoy improved welfare and adequate security throughout their service year. He said his administration would ensure that the potentials of every corps member is fully developed and maintained for self-empowerment. He made the statement during his visit with the 2022 Batch B Stream 1 corps members at the NYSC Lagos State Orientation Camp in Iyanokpaja. General Father advised the corps members to avail themselves of the opportunities of learning a skill through the NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, SAID, adding that it will empower them to become self-independent in the absence of paid jobs. The Director General of the NYSC commends UCH Management for donating clinic to Oyo Camp. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Muhammad Kakuk Fada, has commended the management of the University College Hospital Ibadan for providing an ultra-modern clinic for the NYSC Oyo State Orientation Camp in Isheyin. He said the clinic with sophisticated medical equipment would enhance the quality of healthcare services made available for the corps members, camp officials, including residents of the host community. He gave the commendation during his working visit to NYSC Oyo State Orientation Camp in Isheyin. NYSC Director General warns corps members against misuse of social media. Corps members have been warned to not use the social media to spread fake news, but rather use it to promote national unity and integration, which the scheme was established for. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Muhammad Kakuk Fada, gave this charge while addressing corps members during his visit to Ondo State Orientation Camp in Ikare Akoko. He urged them to sustain high levels of discipline with enthusiasm and also familiarize themselves with the provisions of the NYSC Act and bylaws. General Fada also advised the corps members to distance themselves from cultism, drug abuse, and other social vices.
It's new, it's fresh, it's hot. NYSC TV and radio. Tune in to the NYSC TV and radio on channel 365 TSTV and 88.3 FM radio for all-round information and entertainment. The only station managed by graduate youths, brought to you from the Directorate Headquarters of the National Youth Service Corps. NYSC TV and radio, putting the nation first.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. We always love to hear from you. Please write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Also, you could catch us on NYSC TV on TSTV channel 365 and NYSC Radio 88.3 FM. Remember, the safety of corps members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Agonwa. Stay safe.